My gold digger stepmother-in-law refused to let my father-in-law attend my wedding and then showed up in her wedding dress when she found out he attended, so I put her in her place. My boyfriend proposed to me after 4 years of dating and we were so excited to plan our wedding, but his stepmother had to ruin everything. My husband hates her because she clung onto his dad like a small child to a new toy when she found out he was rich. It was obvious she was with him for his money and was shameless about milking him dry. She made him buy her a new car and ATVs for all the boys in her family. Now, his dad isn't able to retire because she spent the $2 million he had in retirement paying for her lifestyle. So needless to say, we're not fans of his wife. My husband even refuses to call her stepmother and instead refers to her as that bitch my dad is married to. We tried our best to ignore her, but because we wanted to incorporate all the parents in our wedding, it was hard to avoid her drama. Basically, we had his real mom walk down the aisle with his dad, and my stepmother deluded herself into thinking we were out to get her, and that my husband was trying to get his parents back together. Nothing we said calmed her down. Then, the day before our wedding, my father-in-law called us and said they wouldn't be coming to our wedding because his wife couldn't stop feeling targeted by us, and she didn't feel comfortable coming to our wedding. My husband said that this was going to be such a huge milestone for him, and he needed his dad there. He said he would never forgive him if he didn't show up. That got his dad to agree to come, but wouldn't bring his wife. My first thought was, great, I really didn't want her there anyways. I just included her to keep peace. During the rehearsal, only my father-in-law showed up, but by that evening his wife arrived as well. And not only did she show up when she was not invited, she showed up in a white dress. Not just any white dress, but a long white lace dress. It was the effing dress she wore to her wedding. I was livid. This was the final straw for me. I wanted to kick her out, but knowing how much of a scene she would cause, I knew that wasn't the best course of action. She had already taken the spotlight away from me. Her tantrum would only cause more people to talk about her instead of my literal wedding. Instead, I told my brother to escort her to a seat, and that she would not be part of my wedding. I also told my photographer to not include her in any pictures. I knew all she wanted was to be part of the family, so leaving her out of everything family-oriented would have hurt more than kicking her out. And she proved this to me when she tried to get in on a photo of us with my husband's parents, but I quickly had her removed. She cried and said, "I welcomed you into our family like a daughter, and this is how I'm treated?" I went off. I told her, "First off, I've been in this family longer than you. We're getting married after being together for 4 years. You married my father-in-law after only knowing him for 3 months. You're so selfish you try to keep him from going to any events, including his child's wedding. And you even have the audacity to cry to me about my attitude when you're wearing your wedding dress to my wedding. How big of a cunt do you have to be to wear your wedding dress to someone else's wedding? Go sit the F down and shut your snooty ass up." I rarely curse and I'm not one to yell, so everyone knew I meant business. She tried to speak, but I warned her that if she said another word, I would kick her out. She went back to her seat, and when my adrenaline calmed down, I started to worry about everyone getting mad at me for yelling, but thankfully they were on my side. They even said I was a saint for holding out this long, since they would have fought her the second they saw her trying to pull this stunt at their wedding. A month later, we got the photos back, and I made sure that all the photos of my mother and father-in-law were printed out and sent to my father-in-law and entitled stepmother, just to piss her off. We've now made it very clear that my father-in-law is invited to every event, but that beach my father-in-law is married to is no longer welcomed. I'm done with trying to keep the peace.